Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now we will see apoptosis. Previously we have seen necrosis. Now we will see apoptosis. General consideration: apoptosis is the second morphologic pattern of tissue death. First morphologic pattern of tissue death was necrosis. We have already seen. The other is necrosis is section 5. It is often referred to as a programmed cell death. So what is programmed cell death? Apoptosis is a programmed cell death. This is an important mechanism for removal of cells. Apoptosis is an important mechanism for removal of cell. An example is the apoptotic removal of cells with irreparable DNA damage. DNA damage from free radicals, viruses, and cytotoxic immune mechanism protecting against neoplastic transformation. Okay, whenever there will be irreparable DNA damage by free radical, viruses, cytotoxic, and immune mechanism, there will be apoptosis. Okay, apoptosis. Why apoptosis will occur? To protect against neoplastic transformation. Got it? There is comparison of necrosis and apoptosis, and table 1, 2. In first column there are characteristics. Second column there is necrosis, and in the third column there is apoptosis. For first column, it has mentioned about etiology. What is the etiology of the cell death like necrosis and apoptosis? Etiology. Etiology of necrosis is gross irreversible cellular injury. Whenever there will be large irreversible cellular injury, necrosis will occur. And then what is the etiology for apoptosis? Etiology for apoptosis is cellular damage, physiologic programmed cell removal. So what is apoptosis? Apoptosis is physiologic programmed cell removal. There is no large gross damage. Okay, it's a cellular damage. Morphologic changes of necrosis are like involve many contagious cells. Okay, increased cytoplasmic eosinophilia due to denaturation of protein. Okay, so necrosis में denaturation of proteins भी होगी, cytoplasmic eosinophilia भी होगा. Progressive nuclear condensation and fragmentation with eventual disappearance of nuclei. Okay, there will be progressive nuclear condensation and fragmentation with eventual disappearance of nuclei. Got it? Preservation of tissue architecture in early stages of coagulative necrosis. Okay, we have seen that the characteristics of coagulative necrosis is preservation of tissue architecture and disappearance of nucleus. What is called as? It is called as karyolysis, and fragmentation is called as karyohexis. Get it? While clumping and shrinkage was called as pycnosis. And pycnosis, there is basophilia at this point. And when there will be necrosis, we will do eosinophilia. Okay. And what is morphologic changes in apoptosis? Involve the single cells or small clusters of cell. Necrosis occurs on macro level, we can say it is, and apoptosis occurs on micro level, mean on lower level. ज़्यादा डैमेज नहीं होता है apoptosis में, नहीं, by necrosis में ज़्यादा डैमेज है. Involve single cells. Okay, morphological changes of apoptosis are involve single cells or small cluster of cells. Cytoplasmic shrinkage and increased eosinophilic staining. Okay, there will be cytoplasmic shrinkage and increased eosinophilic staining. Chromatin condensation and fragmentation. Fragmentation into membrane bounded apoptotic bodies. Apoptosis में हमारे पास apoptotic bodies are formed. Okay. Biochemical changes of necrosis are like passive form of what is necrosis? Necrosis is actually passive form of cell death. It does not require gene involvement or new protein synthesis. Okay. DNA fragmentation is haphazard rather than regular, resulting in electrophoretic smudge pattern. Okay, necrosis में हमारे पास smudge pattern होगा. Okay, and we have seen that smudgy pink pattern occurs in fibrinide necrosis. Okay, what happens in apoptosis? In apoptosis, what is apoptosis? A for apoptosis, A for active. keep remember it like as active form of cell death requiring gene expression, प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस एंड एनर्जी कंजप्शन, मतलब मीन इसके अंदर जीन एक्सप्रेशन भी होगा, प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस भी होगी और एनर्जी कंजप्शन भी होगी. डीएनए फ्रेगमेंटेशन इज रेगुलर एट न्यूक्लियोसोमल बाउंड्रीज रिजल्टिंग इन इलेक्ट्रोफोरेटिक लेडर पैटर्न एपोप्टोसिस में होगा, जबकि स्मेज पैटर्न नेक्रोसिस में होगा. कीप दिस पॉइंट इन योर माइंड. Inflammatory reaction marked in necrosis, marked inflammatory reactions, librations of lysosomal enzymes, digestion of cell membrane, okay, disruption of cells, influx of macrophages due to release of chemotactic factors, okay, removal of debris by phagocytic macrophages, okay, in apoptosis, okay. We are saying as marked inflammatory reactions होंगे किसमें, नेक्रोसिस में. लाइसोसोमल एंजाइम भी लाइब्रेट होंगे, सेल मेम्ब्रेन भी डैमेज होंगी, डिस्ट्रप्शन ऑफ सेल मेम्ब्रेन तो होंगी, हाँ ठीक है, सेल मेम्ब्रेन की डाइजेशन होगी, सेल में जो सेल्स हैं उनकी डिस्ट्रप्शन होगी, मैक्रोफेजेस का इन्फ्लक्स होगा. मैक्रोफेजेस का इन्फ्लक्स क्यों होगा, रिलीज ऑफ कीमोटैक्टिक फैक्टर रिलीज होंगे, तो डेफिनेटली हमारे पास मैक्रोफेजेस आएंगे वहाँ पे, और फेगोसिटिक मैक्रोफेजेस हैं वो हमारे पास डेब्री को रिमूव करेंगे. While in apoptosis, there is no inflammatory reaction. Apoptotic bodies engulfed by neighboring macrophages and epithelials. So this is the table of necrosis and apoptosis comparison.